Welcome. We're doing a bit more new Capenna quick draft. After a few months break, it's come back. So I think it's from 9th of December to the 23rd. I've sort of refreshed my memory on this set a little bit. I've looked up one of the guides. Had a look at the MTGA zone.com guide here. So a few good tips. Let's see. Yeah, so you want to, when you're drafting in this set, obviously you've got these 3-color clans, what they called families. But the best advice, don't try and draft 3 colors right from the off. If you stick with an ally color pair, such as blue and black, that gives you a bit of flexibility later in the draft, because you could either go for white for Obscura or red for the Maestros. So that works with every ally color pair. So, for example, green and red could be could be Riveteers rather, and could be Cabaretti. So that's just a little tip. So let's just get into this. So my goal really with this, I've got quite a lot of gold here. I want to try and get my gems up to 3,400. And it looks like I could probably play 10 or 12 drafts in the next couple of weeks. So obviously 3,400, that's the mastery pass. That's my idea. Right, we have Park Heights Pegasus. And obviously I am going to pick this guy. So I'm drafting for my collection. So I'm just grabbing pretty much every rare. There's about 6 rares that I've actually got full sets of at the moment. So might not be quite every single rare. So this guy's pretty decent if you can find as many cards as possible that give you two creatures. For one card. That can help a great deal. Otherwise, it's quite hard to trigger this. So I think the Cabaretti charm can give you 2 1/1 creatures. So we might look out for that. Yeah, let's see. So Cabaretti. So this is an example of an ally color pair. Cabaretti is one way we can go. Bant is the other way we can go. So white, green, and blue. And I feel like this it's a cheap early flyer. I think we can definitely think about building around this card a little bit. Unless we find something amazing. So, right, we'll go through these. So you refuse to yield. +2, +7, and you can untap something. So that's a pretty decent combat trick. It's quite a lot of toughness you get from this. But I don't think, off the top of my head, in this set, I can't think of a way to utilize toughness. Right, bounces Beatdown. Well, that would be a green removal card. One nice thing about this, you can't get blown out necessarily. It was harder to get blown out by instant speed removal for this one. It's always going to do some damage to something. If you've got multiple creatures, they might blow up your biggest creature, so it's like, alright, I can't do as much damage. So sometimes this will still work and do what you want it to do, because it says it deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Also exiles. So anyway, this is a pretty good one. I think this is going to be somewhere near the top of the list here. We have Obscura Charm, so this doesn't quite coincide with our Park Heights Pegasus. So I'd be thinking, is Obscura Charm so good it's worth picking over the Pegasus? The answer is probably no. It's a good removal spell. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with the mana value 3 or less is on there. That might be the most likely thing you'll use, but it can also bring back a multicolored permanent, or counter instant or sorcery. It's okay, but it's not a good enough reason to go into Obscura, I would say. We've got Boon of Safety. Another combat trick, put a shield counter on target creature. If you've got a creature you really want to protect, this is maybe where you want, this is the kind of thing you're looking for. We might want to protect our Pegasus, but I'm not too bothered about it. Broker's Initiate can become a 5/5 if you pump 5 mana into it. Yeah, I've often left this card out, but it's pretty good. It's also a card that's beaten me up when it's been on my opponent's team. Just I feel, because I'm kind of biased against it, because I don't want to pump that much mana into a creature when I feel like I should be more proactive. But it turns out it's probably quite good. By Your Silence is another nice removal spell. So actually, this is confirmation. We are playing the just regular version of New Capenna, because there is an alchemy rebalanced version, which I thought that's what we were going to get, but we've actually just got the regular version. The rebalanced version of By Your Silence is instant speed, which is interesting. So they buffed it up a bit. But this is pretty good. This is another decent removal card, so it's a bit more expensive than Bouncer's Beatdown. We've got Make Disappear. It's a popular counter spell. So a crocodile, big blue creature. I quite like Wrecking Crew. I like any decent sized creature that has reach. I feel like effectively it's a removal spell that's going to trade off for one of their flyers or just stop their flyers from attacking. So I think it's a pretty decent card. So I'd take it over something like Broken Wings, which so it destroys artifact, enchantment, or flyer, but it might not hit anything. They might have big creatures on the ground that you can't deal with. All right, Body Dropper. I'd say this is well up there. This is one of the best cards in the pack. It doesn't go with Park Heights Pegasus, of course, and maybe it's not good enough to displace the Pegasus. I don't think I would go for Rakdos just on the basis of a Body Dropper. We've got Racer's Ring, we've got Maestro's Theatre, so that's Island, Swamp, or Mountain. Racer's Ring could be good for us later, so if you imagine there's eight seats at the draft table, we'll get to pick 10 from this pack. So there's 13 cards left, so we might get Racer's Ring as up at pick 10, I'm thinking. We might get a Wrecking Crew, might even get By Your Silence. So I think the best pick here is Bouncer's Beatdown. It's a pretty decent removal spell. It keeps us in green to go with our Pegasus. Okay, we have Angelic Observer. This isn't a citizen, is it? No. 3/3 flyer for 6. It's going to get good if we have lots of citizens. But yeah, it's evasion. You kind of use the bread. There's the bread system, which is it stands for bombs, removal, evasion, aggro, and dross, right? Or dross or filler. So this comes under evasion. So it's up there, but it's probably pretty decent. Patch Up brings stuff straight back from the graveyard to the battlefield for 3 mana. Could bring back our Pegasus, which, you know, people are going to want to kill this thing. I don't think this card is rated very highly, but I think it could be quite good in this deck. Nightclub is really good, but it is double black. And it's situational, right? You know, you can imagine a situation where that would be fantastic. We've got backup agent. Can pump a creature with a counter. Psionic Snoop, not that interesting. Rooftop Nuisance helps by tapping something down, and it's a cantrip. So this kind of card can be actually very powerful. We have Fake Your Own Death, Midnight Assassin. I like this. Again, this is Flying Death Touch. It's effectively a removal spell. Big Score, Daring Escape, Sticky Fingers, Warm Welcome. I quite like Warm Welcome. So you look at instant speed, look at the top 5 cards, and you get a creature, and you get a 1/1 as well. I think that's pretty good. I guess the Observer's pretty good. If we go for the Observer, it kind of commits us to finding a few more citizens to make it a slightly better value. Warm Welcome might be a slightly better card. Warm Welcome probably goes quite well with Park Heights Pegasus. We're more likely to get 2 creatures out so we get value out of this. So I think it's Warm Welcome here. Okay, a little chat. Card draw spell. Duskmangler is really good. Turns out it's definitely worth it for 7 mana. But we're looking to splash into either red or blue. Raffine's Guidance, pretty good. Okay, Majestic Metamorphosis. That's quite a good combat trick. And it draws a card, so it's a cantrip. Shad Seraph is another big flyer. Rakish Revelers we could get. And it kind of mana fixes for itself, which is quite good. And it makes 2 creatures, which goes well with the Pegasus. So I think we are... A lot of the put 2 creatures into play cards are Cabaretti. I think that's where the direction we're going. Light 'em Up is, of course, another good removal spell, which we probably ought to take. Now I think of it. We're going to be making quite a few citizen tokens, although this is Casualty 2, which is inconvenient. It's quite hard to get value out of this from a 2-power creature. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's between the Revelers and Light 'em Up. I think the Revelers are gonna... It's possible that... Well, let's see. We'll get pick 12 from this pack. I don't know if the Revelers will make it that far around, to be honest. But I think I've just gave it some thought and I realised we're definitely going Cabaretti if we're going 3 colours. So I think I'll take the Light 'em Up. Okay, well there's another Revelers, you see. Okay, we've got Luxurious Libation. And that makes a citizen token. So that's quite cool. And I've heard good things about the combat tricks in this set. They're supposed to be quite good. So I don't think I've tried this yet, so I think this is near the top. Take to the Streets is very expensive, 5 mana. But it's like an overrun, I suppose. Could be good. Brass Knuckles, Snoop, Revelrunner, Goldhound. Yeah, playing a red 1-drop is quite a commitment to playing red when we're trying to play Park Heights Pegasus on turn 2, so I don't think we can pick up Goldhounds very easily. Another Revelers, another Racer's Ring. So I suppose the options are Libation, Take to the Streets, Revelers, or Racer's Ring. My gut feeling is I'll see more Revelers later. I want to try out basically a new card I've not really given much thought to, which is Luxurious Libation. See how that works out for us. Okay, Sky Crier. That could work well with Luxurious Libation. That could give me a lot of life points. That can give flying to things. Another Racer's Ring. I think I like the Sky Crier. Let's get some. And that is a Citizen as well, which that can help for some things. Right, I'm going to double check everything is working fine. Yep. Right, you've got the Knuckles. Never used it. It's an interesting card though. Right, we're not going for blue or black. Plasma Jockey's a good card. I don't know if we sort of don't want to commit too hard to red, I think. So we might we might prefer the prize fight here. We already have a kind of, well, this is a punch spell, this is a fight spell. That gets us a treasure token. We need a few more creatures, though. We're getting a bit light on creatures. I think, let's go, well, the Plasma Jockey, it's 1 red and 3. It feels kind of splashable, and it's a decent creature. I think we've got to start picking up a few creatures here. It's not a Citizen, by the way. Okay, we have seen another Luxurious Libation. Do we dare play 2 of these, is the question. There's another Sky Crier, that's quite good. Quick Draw Dagger I've never used, but I've always thought that might be quite good. But maybe this is the Luxurious Libation deck. Maybe we go. There's a rare chance to actually get 2 of these. Let's try it and see how it works out. So we've actually got something quite good that's turned up. Jetmir's Fixer is going to be good for the deck. And there's a Buy Your Silence, so pick 10. So that went all the way around. And there's also Wrecking Crew. I think I like the Buy Your Silence a little bit more than Wrecking Crew because it's sort of it kills more things. Interesting choice though. Maybe you just take the fatty here. Because we're a creature deck and we want more creatures. Because tell you what, we've gone for one. Well, we went for 1 punch spell. We didn't go for the fight spell. We need something that's actually quite powerful that can use that. That is an argument for the Wrecking Crew. So yeah, I think I've talked myself into Wrecking Crew here. Can't really pick any of these. We'll just take the sticky fingers and probably not use it. We might do though. Rafine's Guidance. We were talking about how you get something that's casualty 2 to sacrifice. We could always stick this on a citizen token. Might be quite good value. And there's also Halo Scarab as a 2-drop creature that I get some value if I sacrifice it as well. So, but that's I guess we're looking for cheap creatures to go with our Park Heights Pegasus. So that's definitely leading me to Halo Scarab. Neither of these are really playable. Let's sideboard that one and sideboard that one. Oh, that's a really, really good hit. Not just for the deck, but also that's my first unlicensed hearse for my collection, so I'm just going to immediately pick that. I was just about to recap what we've got so far, and it's actually looking quite healthy for our 2-drops. This is sometimes this is where you have the problem. You just don't find any good 2-drops. But that is quite encouraging. 6 creatures so far, but we've also got spells that make little creatures. Warm Welcome. Maybe just one spell. Oh, Libation also makes creatures. Yeah. Okay, we've got the good black removal spell. I'm not going to play it. Unlucky Witness. It's another thing for 1 red. We might just be splashing red. It's quite a good card. But Darling of the Masses is pretty good. So when it attacks, it makes a token. So that is really good with Park Heights Pegasus. So that's almost certainly what we go for. There's a Gathering Throng. This is also very good. But you need to pick these early and try and get as many as possible for them to pay off. If we go further down the list, so Riveters, Initiate's okay, Glittermonger's okay. Civil Servant is fantastic. But I think I can't see beyond the Darling of the Masses. I think that is a good sort of 4-drop curve topper kind of thing that will probably not swing around. But I don't think we'll get the Civil Servant at pick 10 somehow. But we just might not see another Darling of the Masses, whereas we might see a Civil Servant. Okay, we actually have access to another rare. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. It's not very good. We're gonna not play it, but call in a Professional that deals 3 damage. Decent removal spell. Sticky Fingers again, Cabaretti Initiate. Caldea Strong Arm, I think is quite good. You can blitz it, you can put counters on a creature. But I think we've got to take the burn spell here. Evolving Door is not a very good rare, but we're going to take it for the collection. I mean, the deck is coming along. We've got 15 cards. We're aiming for 23 cards. We've got a pack and a half to go. So I think we're on course. We can afford to pick up a few rares here and there. It's just a case of, we might not get absolutely the best possible deck, but I feel it doesn't. It's not that impactful, I reckon. Now, Mayhem Patrol, that is quite aggressive to play on turn 2. This can pump things up to 2 power as well, which goes really well with Light 'em Up. Caldea Strong Arm, I've said, is good. It's a good 5-drop or a 4-drop blitz. But I think making sure we've got at least 7 2-drops first before we go for bigger things is probably good. For the family is quite good, but we've already got 2 Luxurious Libations. It's probably, yeah, I mean 2 combat tricks is more than I usually play. I usually play 1 or 0. So I think it's Mayhem Patrol here. Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. So this is one of my favourite cards in the set, certainly in terms of uncommons. He kind of relies on treasures and sacrifice lands. But if you can, untap with him, and you can like pop something off, that's already good value. And if you can knock out 2 things, then that's amazing. We do have a little bit. Do we have a little bit of treasure somewhere? Or am I imagining it? We have sticky fingers to make treasures if we want. Halo Scarab can make treasures. Before we get carried away, we'll just check out the rest of it. Ready to Rumble is good, so that's the expensive 5 mana removal. That's maybe the sensible thing to take here. More Gilded Pinions, that makes treasures as well. Broken Wings, another removal spell, but I think I can't see past the Pyre-Sledge Arsonist here. I've got to try and get this guy to work. Now, we were looking for a way of making treasures. We've got Glittering Stockpile. Okay. It's an artifact you can sacrifice for a big bunch of mana. And do we have any X spells? The answer is yes. We do have 2 Luxurious Libation. So that is an interesting idea. For the kind of sensible, boring ideas, we've got the 5 damage removal spell. We've got the Rakish Revelers. I said they'd pop back again, but I think I'm going to go for the interesting card. I'll see if we can get this to work. It's a ramp card as well, because it adds red mana, and as you're adding the mana, you're stacking up the tokens. I think that's pretty interesting and exciting. We've got the Cabaretti Courtyard, so that's our sacrifice land we need. Or we get Rob the Archives. We're not that low to the ground. This is better when everything in your deck is cheap, I think. It can help you find a land. We get the 3rd Ready to Rumble in a row. It's hard to say that quickly. I think we take the mana fixing. We're 5 cards away from a deck as well, so I think we can afford to take mana fixing now. Unlucky Witness. We don't know if we want to. We definitely want a turn 2 Park Heights Pegasus, so I don't know if we want red 1-drops. I think I prefer Botanical Plaza. Let's get the mana fixed nicely. Capenna Express. Or Sticky Fingers. I'd say there's no chance we play 2 copies of Sticky Fingers here. I think we'll take the Express. We're going to take Unlucky Witness anyway. Good, yeah, High-Rise Sawjack is good. That's a solid 3-drop creature. It's basically, a removal card, because it's going to take out a flyer. Arc Spitter. Never used it before. Interesting, but yeah. In fact, you can just kill whatever's blocking you by piling mana into that. Maybe that's good. Not used it before. Well, there's a Xander's Lounge. We're obviously going to take that. Okay, Mage's Attendant is very good indeed. This makes 2 creatures. It goes really well with Park Heights Pegasus. I will be surprised if there's anything as good as that here. Inspiring Overseer is pretty darn good as well. Strangle is pretty darn good. We've got Jewel Thief, that's pretty darn good, and Rakish Revelers, which is alright. Now, I think I want to take the Strangle here. I've just kind of said how good Mage's Attendant is, but I think you've got to pick the Strangle when you see the Strangle. Now, remember, we've got 2 lands here, so we have a deck now, 25 cards, 23 cards plus 2 lands. So now we are definitely just trying to improve the deck. So notice we have a lot of 1-drops. You tend to have, well, a simple template to aim for. 2 1-drops, 7 2-drops, 6 3-drops, 4 4-drops. I think it's a couple of 5-drops and 1 6+. Does that add up? 7, 14, 20, 22. I think maybe it's 3 5-drops and 1 6+. But you know, that's just a guideline, obviously. I think the things I want to drop are Unlucky Witness and Arc Spitter. Not sure about Sticky Fingers, but it is kind of useful. I'm not sure about Capenna Express either. I think I would tend to drop that. Maybe it's better than I think. Right, we've got the Ballroom Brawlers. So we're looking, can we fill out the top end here? What are we looking for? We could maybe get away with another 5-drop. So that's possible. We've also got Pugnacious Pugilist, which is pretty awesome. And that makes 2 creatures. So that is ahead of Ballroom Brawlers. Right. It is double red though, and we might only want to splash red. And we've also got Courier's Briefcase, so it's cheap, it makes a citizen, you can sack it for mana. So that's a nice ramp card. Sometimes you can draw 3 cards off it as well. Just remember we get pick 11 from this pack as well. There's big score. Rakish Revelers maybe go late. We've actually got a bit more red going on. And we've got quite a lot of green. It's looking like white is the splash colour here. We might end up dropping Sky Crier just because it's going to be hard to cast on turn 2. Should point out there's a Held for Ransom there. That's another good removal card. I think it's between Courier's Briefcase, Held for Ransom, and Pugnacious Pugilist. I think I like the Pugilist. Let's try and make this guy work. It's another Glittering Stockpile. Potentially another ramp card that we can just pile all the mana into a Luxurious Libation. It sounds like a crazy idea, but it's quite an attractive idea. I kind of want to try it out. They've got sensible cards. We've got Riveteer's Decoy. That must be blocked. Daring Escape. Another High-Rise Sawjack would be good. Ominous Parcel's quite good. I think that could that make it to pick 12? It could do. That would be very nice indeed. That just helps fix your mana. I like the Sawjack quite a lot, but I think I'm going to go for the Glittering Stockpile, and we'll see what we can do with that. The Stimulus package is interesting. That, of course, that makes 2 creatures, because it's making 2 treasures. Kill Shot is the sensible thing to go for. Let's go for the silly thing. Oh, you're giving me a 3rd Glittering Stockpile. Revelation of Power is another combat trick I'm not that fussed about. Attended Socialite is a good 2-drop. What 2-drop are we replacing? Possibly Skycryer. Are we really going to play 3 Glittering Stockpiles? I think 3 is probably 1 too many if you're going this route. And I think the Attended Socialite is very solid. And I think we can drop Skycryer now. Yeah, I did just put in another 4-drop that makes treasure tokens. I think I'll drop the Capenna Express. Buy your Silence. Another removal spell. Another 5 mana removal spell. So, but this one kills more things. Or we go the Wrecking Crew again and get a big creature. Or Racer's Ring for a bit of mana fixing. So now you just have to think, am I happy with the deck and the kind of the 5-drop slot? Do I need another 5-drop? What would I drop for it? I think we're set on Luxurious Libation. I think that's what we're definitely going for. So I think, yeah, just improve the mana base with Racer's Ring. I think that's the best option. Glittering Stockpile again. Got the Rhox Pummeler, so we can get a 6-drop if we like. If we're going for a kind of ramp style, this might be quite good. So let's go for it. There is Chaldea Strongarm, which is good, but now this is a great opportunity to improve the mana base late on, so we can pick up another Cabaretti Courtyard. Pretty fantastic. Oh, late prize fight. Let's take that. Late Rakish Revelers or big score. Let's take the Revelers. And we'll figure out later what we're gonna swap out for that. Daring Escape. Almost certainly do not play this. Let's put it there. Put that there. Put that there. Okay. So we kind of built the deck as we went along. We are 3 cards over. So the last things we added were Rakish Revelers. It might have the advantage over Pugnacious Pugilist because it's fixing and it's easier to cast, and you get the 2 creatures the same turn. This is better because you can blitz it and get the 2 creatures. So Plasma Jockey. I guess we maybe drop a Plasma Jockey. You know, as good as it is, it's not that the theme here is making creatures to go for to help our Park Heights Pegasus. So drop Plasma Jockey. So, according to the rule of thumb, it should be sort of 2, 7, 6. But I guess we want to look at the quality of our creatures and things like that. Sticky Fingers. Maybe not. Maybe not Sticky Fingers this time. Do we need Light 'em Up? Maybe we drop Light 'em Up. How much removal does that leave us with? We've got Strangle, Prize Fight, Bounces Beatdown, 3 removal cards. I'll call in a Professional, so that's 4. Maybe that's enough. We've only got 12 out-and-out creatures, but we've got several creature makers. Warm Welcome, Stimulus Package, Libation. That's 4 creatures. And that's the vehicle, so that's 5 creatures. So it is effectively 17 creatures. So 17 creatures is usually about what you go for. And is there anything we've left out that we care about? What's the best card that we've left out? Maybe the Plasma Jockey's the best one we've left out. Yeah, because we've got 4 drops that make creatures, I think, which definitely have priority. The other thing is Sticky Fingers makes treasures. If we're running Stimulus Package, maybe we want as many things that make treasures as possible. but it means probably dropping a creature or a removal spell. Yeah, prize fight makes a treasure, which is quite good. Bounces Beatdown seems quite good. It's just not what I'm worried about is actually making a big enough creature that I can kill something with prize fight without losing the creature as well. We do have ramp and we do have some big things. Rhox Pummeler, Wrecking Crew. Right, anyway, I think I will call that end of part 1. And I'll just tune the deck a bit, probably tune the mana base. And see you in a bit. Thanks for watching so far. And welcome back. So, I think we pretty much had the deck there. Not too many changes made, so... But I'll go over some of the decisions here. So, we're splashing white, and we are trying to cast Park Heights Pegasus on turn 2. So this is one of the challenging things. We've got, I think, 9 sources of red, 9 sources of green, only 5 sources of white. We really need 9 sources of white to cast the Pegasus consistently on turn 2 with a 90% chance, right? So for that reason, I decided we need as many sources of treasure as we can get hold of in the deck. So I think I don't think I've left out any treasure makers. So we've got Sticky Fingers, Prize Fight, Halo Scarab, Glittering Stockpiles, and Stimulus Package. So the one I wasn't quite sure about actually was Prize Fight, just because I'm not that impressed with my creatures. I've only got 12 creatures in the deck. I don't have anything with Death Touch. That would sort of elevate Prize Fight a bit. But I'm going to run it and just see how we go. A straight swap could be sort of light them up. It means we're losing the treasure, but this might be more likely to kill something. So that's one part I'm not quite sure about. We're going to try this whole Glittering Stockpile thing, build up some mana and try and burn people out with Luxurious Libation. That seems like a plan. That seems fun to me. And part of the treasure plan is the Pyre-Sledge Arsonist, so the more treasures we have, the better this guy is. I guess we could drop the treasure plan and play all of these cards instead. We've dropped Warm Welcome. I was worried because I've only got 12 creature cards in the deck. Maybe this could whiff sometimes with only 12 creatures. It's a shame because it is a really good card. But I suppose it's a choice here. We've gone for removal card, a couple of stockpiles, Pyre-Sledge Arsonist, bounces Beatdown, High-Rise Sawjack. I don't know what we cut for Warm Welcome in the 3 slot. Because I do like the Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. And I want to try out the Glittering Stockpiles. I've got a good idea how good this card is, and because we've only got 12 creatures, it's not the best deck for it. Plasma Jockey's good, but it's just Stimulus Package and Darling of the Masses are better for the deck. Because we're kind of ramping a little bit, we are going for a few. We've got the 3/5 drops and a 6 drop, so we're a little bit top heavy, maybe, arguably. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. think I've added this already, but let's do it. Back in silver after the end of the season. But, you know, it can still be very competitive down here. At this, you know, at the early, still the early part of the season. Audio is what I want. It feels like it's a little bit quiet. Okay, that's going to fix our mana nicely. We have no 2-drop. We have this for turn 3, and I feel okay because we actually got perfect mana. Apart from, well, we don't have double red for this guy. Okay, yeah. I think the volume on my machine has just turned it down quite a lot. Right, let's try go for a mountain first of all. You know what would be amazing though? These sacklands with Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. There's an argument, if I top deck a land next turn, I hold on to the courtyard until I can ping something with this guy. We didn't top deck a land, I'm just going to go for a forest. Gold Hound. No, we did not get a land. Not got much action. We think this guy's about to get blown up. We're facing a beatdown from the Gold Hound. But if we can get a 4th land, Stimulus Package can kind of unlock the rest of our hand. Use a treasure to get this guy out, use a treasure to get this guy out if we need to. And awesome. We top deck a land. Talking of and using treasures, of course, Pyre-Sledge Arsonist could ping the Gold Hound. He did not attack with the Gold Hound, by the way. So that is definitely a slice of luck getting that 4th land. But we've got a tough decision here. So that is instant speed. Could use both treasures to ping that instantly, if it came to it. I don't think we're going to do that. But obviously we can either make a citizen for 1 treasure, then use a mana and ping, and possibly do nothing the rest of the turn, or spend the other treasure to cast Darling of the Masses. He did hit 4 land. Okay, let's go to my turn. Okay, cool, in a professional. Or we could Pugnacious Pugilist. I think we blitz out the Pugnacious Pugilist, right? because we want to draw a land. It's that simple. So we can make the most of our treasures. But I'm going to ping his Goldhound. That's my thinking. Right, before I do that, this costs, yeah, it's 5 to pump the Broker's Initiate. Oh, we can pump that to 5/5 in response. That's interesting, isn't it? I hadn't thought of that. I'm just going to cast the Pugnacious Pugilist in that case. And I'm going to sacrifice this and ping the Goldhound. Maybe that's excessive. Right, we do have Luxurious Libation, so I can attack with the Pugilist here. And the Arsonist. Okay, we could call in a professional. I think we'll call in a professional and take out his blocker. Just because Luxurious Libation has a bit more potential. Well, that's a good draw. We have a mountain. I think we just want to swing in with everything here. Oh right, we do get another one. I was getting it confused with the Maestro's Diabolist, where you can only have one devil at a time. It doesn't make a new devil if you've already got one. This just makes an army. That's pretty cool. So we're not going to use Libation to save this Arsonist here. And we'll just increase the pressure. He might have Depopulate. That's one possible problem. So he's 3 colours as well. Okay. But we do have lethal on the board. So we were nearly in trouble there, just on lands really. Luckily we drew the 4th land and we had the stimulus package to smooth things along. Okay, it's looking like good mana again, and this time we have Strangle. We want to lead with Attended Socialite, I think. We don't have a 3-drop, so we could play a tap land on 3. That's what I'm thinking. And go for a plains turn 1. Wait. Let's think this through. We want to play Mayhem Patrol on turn 3. We're going to need red mana. So I think we've got to play Racer's Ring turn 1. He's got Body Dropper. I think I could just Strangle that, to be honest, before it gets out of control. And we'll just play the tap land now and get the plains. Get Silencer, Connives. It's a good one. So he's got his 3 colours, Maestro's colours. Luckily we've hit a 4th land as well. Okay, he has that in the future. And 100% I trade off this for the Silencer. Okay, I think we Darling of the Masses here. We might get an attack in and make a token. So that's going to be probably next turn. Does 2 damage and scries 2, and Darling is dead. Yeah, okay, hostile takeover. Well, that drew out a rare and the sweeper. I take 5. Top deck a land. That's actually pretty huge. Okay. Pugnacious Pugilist. He's got 1 card left. Yeah, I think I feel unlucky if he's got another good removal spell there. And it means if it is a removal spell, he's having to top deck land to play this guy. Whereas these 2 could actually block the Mayhem Patrol. But no, I'll go for this Pugilist. I will not blitz it. It's a land, probably playing this then. Right. Alright, I probably should have looked at its stat line for a second because it beats a Pugnacious Pugilist. I can be very suspicious when I attack with the Pugilist, but that's 2 damage through. Got the Plaza. Okay, well, the risk here, so we could go on the defense and Libation to win the fight. He could have instant speed removal. I think it would be unlucky if he does have that. Whereas if I attack, that just telegraphs the fact I've got a combat trick. I'm going to just play the Mayhem Patrol and play it nice and cool. He's got the Body Dropper. He needs black mana to sacrifice something. Okay, he did not attack. Well, Rhox Pummeler's pretty good. Let's go for that. Okay, he's got a thingy, voluntary employment, and then he can body drop it with body dropper. Okay, fine. Well, that's a disaster. It happens though. We'll double block the outlaw, try and kill that. I expect he's got instant speed remove. Well, he's got to use the mana for that. We'll see what happens. We're taking 8. I mean, we already killed one body dropper, but it was not enough. Still got his nice combo. Let's see. Player planes. Play Rakish Revelers. Got 3 blockers. But yeah, involuntary employment is kind of a backbreaker. This kind of situation. Yeah, also flyers kind of just win. So yeah, we've just been on the back foot the entire game. Haven't had a chance to get the initiative. He's had, yeah, hostile takeover, then involuntary employment plus body dropper. Absolutely crushing. Takes out my biggest creature. Okay, I guess we're dead then. Is that what we're saying? Now, what I've got to do is rack my brains and think, is there... If I tap 5 land here, can I find something that kills this guy? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, because we have a fight spell in the deck. Which costs exactly 2. Alright. Now we just have to hope he disconnects. Never mind. Interesting. The fight spell works here, but the light 'em up would not work. It would only do 4 damage maximum. This is where the combat tricks, I guess, look pretty weak. You need, on the defense, you need a blocking interaction. If you don't have a flyer, then it's pretty useless. So yeah, in quick draft, you just hope you get to go first every time. If you're playing combat tricks, or you just don't play combat tricks at all, I think. Now, I think that experience has convinced me. Yeah, Luxurious Libation isn't that great. We're only going to cut one of them though. I want to keep one in the deck. We want to see what Light 'em Up can do, I think. Even obviously it wouldn't have killed the 5/5 flyer there, but there'll be similar situations, I think, where it could be quite useful. Okay, we've got actually all our colours, but we've got green and white on the same land, so we can't cast the Pegasus if we happen to draw it. 3 mana removal, 3 mana ramp spell. So we can get a turn 4 Wrecking Crew. So it's not terrible. It's not terrible. But if we're doing the stockpile on 3, we're not casting the removal spell. So we don't have much board presence. I think we have to keep it. If you can get perfect mana, you keep it, I think, in draft. That's my philosophy. And I am going first, so I've got that extra kind of half turn. I've got a creature as well if we need it. Blue-green. Let's go for the stockpile here. Yeah, let's go for the stockpile. Get that moving. And I'm going to pay what I'm going to tap it, so I can put a stash counter on there. Because I notice he's playing blue and green. He's not playing black, so I'm thinking green have got fight spells. Oh, he's got Broker's Ascendancy. Well, that's a winner. Bit of a limited bomb. So this guy's a 3/3 now. I think the policy now is kill all of my opponent's creatures before they get out of hand. But maybe he's got the protection spell. Does this set have that one? He's got a pump spell to keep him alive, of course. Okay, nice. The old turn 3 Broker's Ascendancy. Oh, we've got Light 'em Up as well. Yeah, we'll have to use both our removal spells to kill this guy. Okay, well, at least we killed him. Maybe he's got no more creatures. Fingers crossed. Oh god, he's got literally the worst creature imaginable. It's going to grow even more as he plays more creatures. Oh well, let's play a Wrecking Crew. Let's dig a land out of the deck. Get a forest, I think. So yeah, this guy gets to not block, which is just perfect for him. So he just gets to swing in with this guy, and it gets to grow, it gets to do me 5 damage. And the next time I have to interact with it, it's a 6/5. So now I've got a double block. Not to mention that's a 5/5. Okay, so Glittering Stockpile. Now we have 3, 6. We have 6 mana here. We could draw a card for 4. We could play Darling of the Masses. Wait, can we play 4, 5, 6? We got 7 mana. I don't know why. I was thinking I have to sacrifice the stockpile. No, I don't. Bang and bang. Can't believe he had For the Family just to protect his civic gardener. And it doesn't even matter. He's just got a deck full of creatures, and he's playing. Of course, you play a deck full of creatures if you've got Broker's Ascendancy. Well, this is going to grow even quicker than the Adjudicators. So I think we have to kill this one. And if we put 8 toughness in front of this one, hopefully he doesn't have another pump spell. Darling of the Masses. Maybe we want to keep this alive so we can attack and get a token which can chomp block. Yeah, that's my thinking. If he's got another combat trick, there's nothing we can do. If he has an instant speed creature, that gets to 7 toughness, doesn't it? Oh no, he's got instant speed removal. Of course he does. Why would he not? So yes, it's just... I could have... of course, I could have blocked with everything and killed it. I didn't see the prize fight. But we were operating under the assumption that I needed this to attack and make a chomp blocker. I think we can do that. Right, what's the deal with this thing? Does it somehow kill me? No, good, it just loses the shield, that's fine. Pugnacious Pugilist, let's make sure we keep tapping this thing. We might have a surprise win coming later. I'm gonna make sure we pay full for it. Oh great, a Rhox Pummeler, wonderful. Just what we want to see. Right, what's this guy gonna do? Become a 5/5. So yeah, if we let 2 of them through, we take 11. Sure. So this guy is just a chomp blocker, yay! How reasonable. Well, we drew 2 blockers. That's pretty cool. Let's do that. Let's do that. I think we attack with a Darling of the Masses, so we get another chump blocker, and he can block with the Pummeler. Well, we got to see turn 3 Broker's Ascendancy. I mean, if I thought that guy using a sweeper to kill my Darling of the Masses was bad, then yeah. This takes the biscuit. Right. We have no way of surviving. Good game. Like maybe he might get to trade off with a creature here. Imagine that. So he has all the creatures, he has combat tricks, removal, and Broker's Ascendancy. Just add all the land to play everything. Must be nice. Right, 2 losses, 1 win. What are we on? Well, we're going to get 100 gems. It's got that 1-3 feeling here. Hostile Takeover. That was in the the previous game, but then the main problem was the he got the second body dropper plus involuntary employment to kill my 6-drop creature. So having killed 1 body dropper, that kind of felt bad. Oh, that's magic for you. Now this is mulliganable. If we don't hit our 3rd land drop, we're in deep doo-doo. It's tempting because, oh, look, we just need 1 and we can get our ramp card, and then that can unlock Stimulus Package, which can then unlock these 2 cards. So it's tempting, but I I will say opponent goes first. They've taken a mulligan. I will get to draw an extra card. My chance of winning here might be, because I'm on the back foot from going second. If I keep all my cards, maybe I have a chance of winning if I can top deck a land. I think I'm talking myself into keeping this. I think, yeah. Because I feel like we might need a big advantage to actually win on the draw. Oh, it wasn't a land. Oh, he's got a 2-drop, and it's a good one. Oh, it wasn't a land. We have Rakish Revelers. That's good. I forgot I had that. Okay, yeah, that's mana fixing. I was thinking there's a problem with mana fixing. In that it's all red at the moment. Okay. I did see an ominous parcel. I was hoping it would wheel around. Right. Let's do the Rakish Revelers. I'll do it on one of my lands, I think. Yeah, we didn't hit the land. We didn't hit the land. Yeah. We could... If we do it on this creature, it's definitely him who gets the treasures, right? Because he controls the creature. The creature gets that bit of text that it makes treasure tokens. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. We gambled and we completely face planted as usual. We missed 3 land drops in a row from the top of the deck. He's got one of the best uncommons. Okay, we can play Jetmir's Fixer. That's not terrible. Is it dead? He has Rumor Gatherer number 2, of course he does. Why would he not? Well, we have another mountain. This is getting interesting. We can make a Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. Right. Could put Sticky Fingers on the Fixer. And then we can pump it to 3/3. He double blocks. I don't think he's going to double block here. I don't think pumping to 3/3 does much. He might have a combat trick. Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. So I'm thinking I could do Stockpile and Sticky Fingers on the Fixer. That's the greediest kind of play, but let's go for it. I'll make a treasure, which is nice. I'm going to get slammed for 6 damage, that's the only problem. Okay, yeah. Fair dues. But I drew a card and I drew a forest. We're getting absolutely battered on the board here. And he's got another creature, that's terrible. How many of these did he have? Double Rumor Gatherer after Civil Servant. Okay, well we have 6 mana available. We could make 2 creatures, which would be pretty good. Darling of the Masses. Prize fight a Rumor Gatherer. Stimulus package, make 3 1/1s. It seems risky, but let's do it. If he's got more removal, I think I am just dead. So, what I'm worried about, I didn't leave up mana for prize fight. So he did have one more. So he's kind of got the perfect combo here, getting both Rumor Gatherers and then Gathering Throng to keep triggering all the Rumor Gatherers. It's kind of insane. We've got to take down, I think, Gathering Throng. We've got to take out Rumor Gatherer and take 5. So then hopefully Rakish Revelers survives. He might have a pump spell, in which case, fair play, he wins. Okay, so I think we want to call in a professional on the Civil Servant, because that's going to kick my ass. But I could do Stimulus package for 2 treasures. So then at least I'll have Stimulus package in play. Or it doesn't have vigilance, does it? How about a prize fight on the Civil Servant? Makes a treasure as well. It's pretty good. Tap that for red. Make a Stimulus package. Using a treasure. Get a couple of treasures out. And next. No attacks. Enter. Running on 3 life points. Rabble Rousing, are you kidding me? These bloomin' rares they've got. So he's going to make 2 extra creatures, I guess, when he attacks with this. Okay, so my response is don't pop the treasure. Click on Stimulus package to make a couple of 1/1s. They're going to be my blockers. These do not, they're not attacking, right? I might even have made one of these, one too many. Yeah, he gets to draw 2 cards off that guy. Right, pass 2 blockers. Revelers block there, you block there. If you've got trample, I'm dead. Okay. Do we want... No, I don't think we want to do that. Cabaretti Courtyard, very important. This gives me a life point, and we're going to find planes. Right, I think Mr. Pyre-Sledge Arsonist can arrive on the scene here. And start pinging citizens. Let's tap the stockpile for a red mana. could spend a treasure to play the Park Heights Pegasus, but I'm not going to do that. In emergencies, I can make a citizen token. Next turn, I want to pop the treasure to ping one of these guys. That's my thinking. No attacks, and enter. And then I'm leaving up mana for calling a professional, if we need it. Okay, backup agent. Gonna pump up citizen. Makes 2 more citizens. Fair enough. So this will block the 1/1. This will block the 2/2. Then he's going to have 3 things to attack with next turn. Most wanted. Interesting. Interesting. So that's going to kill my Rakish Revelers. He gets 2 treasure tokens. I think we respond with calling a professional, and that protects my creature. Costs me the treasure token, but that whiffs. He doesn't get his treasure. Okay, my turn. Okay, another life point from the courtyard would be good. Right, that's also going to be a sacrifice thing. Another plains? Yes, another plains, I think. It means I do have to tap the Arsonist, but I think it's a good move. Pop that guy, and I think... what do we think? Pugilist, perhaps. Pretty good idea. Right. Still no attacks. Maintain. So we've got 3 blockers against 2 attackers. He's got to do 5 damage as well. He's got Buy Your Silence, which gives me a treasure. Gives me another blocker. Okay. Block and block. He's got his Cabaretti Courtyard now. Okay, my turn. Alright, so, he's got no cards in hand, no creatures. If I just kill both of his dudes, I think I'm doing quite well. So, I think we just make a dude. Sacrifice that treasure, please. Then ping this one. I don't know if Bouncer's Beatdown is the best thing to do here. Yeah, obviously I'm in 2 minds here. So I'm going to start attacking with this guy. He needs some kind of incredible turnaround to... Yeah, I just don't have enough green mana to do both of these. Okay, let's do the more solid kind of option that makes creatures. Yeah, because we can sacrifice this. I'm not going to do that. I'll hold the beat down for something more significant than a token. Obviously, you can keep attacking. but he's attacking into Darling of the Masses, so just hoover that up. High-Rise Sawjack. Okay, my turn. Right, we want to get this Park Heights Pegasus moving. We want a... Yeah, that's right. That's right. We only had... Okay, we won. We only had one green mana. I kept forgetting. We survived it somehow. Maybe that keep turned out to be good, but that was very scary. So that was Civil Servant, turn 2. Rumor Gatherer. Into and then the really good card with Hideaway. No, he had Gathering Throngs. It's like trigger all his Rumor Gatherers. I think he just had 2 of those. Yeah, that was very scary indeed. Okay, we've got all our colours. That's good. It is a slow start again. We're hoping calling the Professional keeps us alive. We're hoping we get a 4th land and a 5th land. It's not good. This is probably why I lose so many games. I keep too many bad hands, but I find it hard to turn my nose up at a 3-land hand. I guess with the hand smoothing algorithm, maybe you need higher standards for opening hands, I suppose. So I can do the stockpile turn 3 unless he's got something I have to kill. Well, it's the Bant colours. This did not go well last time they were playing Bant. We do have a 4th land. That's very exciting. See if he counters this. Yep. But we have a 4th land, so it's not too bad. It could be worse. Celebrity Fencer. Kill that thing. That will be a 4/5 then. I guess we'll play Rakish Revelers, and I can trade off with it. Okay, we're completely tapped out. Blocking is probably suicidal. Let's take 4. Could literally have anything. Rhox Pummeler. Rhox Pummeler. Could get counter-spelled. Stimulus package would play around counter spells, I guess. Let's play it pre-combat and see if it gets countered. Interesting, got Broken Wings. But it made the 2 treasure tokens anyway. I'm thinking we want to just chomp block with the citizen. That would save me 4 life points. Maybe that's probably worthwhile. If he has kill shot, we'll do Bouncer's Beatdown in response. That's my thinking. Feeling is if he had instant speed removal, he'd have used it. So I'm gonna try Bouncer's Beatdown on his strong arm now. But he might have a counter spell, you see. Okay. No, he had a pump spell. Okay. I'm glad I didn't block the previous turn. Oh, okay, he's got the, yeah, mana fixing. Does that work? Do I take another 4, or do I chuck a citizen in the way? I'm going to chuck the citizen in the way. This needs blue, black, red, so you can't actually cast that at the moment. He's out of cards. This is very good for me. We're just going to keep attacking with Revelers. 4, 5, 6. Potentially 7. I like the idea of Socialite and a Wrecking Crew. Followed by Pummeler next turn. And then I think we've got to be unlucky if he does counter the Pummeler. And at least it's pumping up the Socialite. Okay, he's got Riveteers, so he's got a forest. Ah, you see. He needed a swamp or a mountain to cast this. Ah, you see. Or a treasure, I guess. Right, so he's got nothing in his hand. I'm going to play that. Yeah, I'm going to attack like that. Briefcase, okay. This gives him the mana he needs to cast this, I think. It's another juicy 4/5 creature. So I think means Wrecking Crew can't really attack now. I think we'll pop this. Oh, an unlicensed hearse. Right, because these can double up and kill a Wrecking Crew. So I'm going to just go in with Pummeler and Revelers. Okay, 1 damage through, that dies. I'll leave the shield. And enter. It's interesting, if you crew this right away, I think it just dies, doesn't it? Can't believe it, we actually made it to 50-50. It was looking very dire at one point. Gems. So target is 3,400. Yeah, we need 2,200 more. Okay, good lands. We actually have a 2-drop, which is amazing. We have a 3-drop, which is even more amazing. We'll see if we can pressure our opponent. We do have a choice whether we want to... It looks like we won't be able to play a 2-drop and a 3-drop. That's the only problem. I think we want the green-red land first. He has a 3/1 creature. We have another untapped land. That's very good news, so we can play a 3-drop creature. We might just have to play Wrecking Crew on... Ah, well, no, we'll get a stockpile, so we should be able to get this guy out. Yeah, we will block. We're both getting... well, eventually I'm getting treasure value out of this. He gets his a bit sooner. So black, red, that's the 2/2 dude. Would we be okay trading with a Sawjack? Because I could light him up right now and play a tap land. Sawjack might be better later on against flyers and things. I'm going to say that's an okay trade. Just kill that annoying death touch thing. Play a tap land. Has blue as well. Okay. Okay. You just ramped that out. That's pretty scary. Okay, we can play Sawjack. And a tap land. So we are a little bit behind. Bit more red. There's a lot of red in my hand. Okay, let's block this and well, see if we get blown up. And Midnight Assassin, okay. So yeah, there is a reason for like keeping the Sawjack around instead of trading off with this guy. Can stop his flying Death Toucher. Right, untapped land, Wrecking Crew, looks good. And we could Sticky Fingers, attack with the Sawjack. He double blocks, and I can only kill one of them, I believe, because he only gets extra power on blocking. So yeah, let's play the Wrecking Crew. Here we go. Boom. Try and block. Corpse Appraiser. Oh no, that's a good one. And he's going to get my bonus treasure. Ah. That's a good rollout of creatures he had. Just been creature. Newsy now. Wow. Okay. Just have every creature. I can play a Glittering Stockpile. And a Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. And we lose something, so it's got to be Sticky Fingers, which feels really bad on the draw. I'm going to block that guy. Keep the land in hand. Is he out of gas now? One card left. He's going to draw a card off his tramway station. Oh, yeah. Why am I not... I've got to just be tapping my stockpile every turn. Because it grows the tokens. That's very easy to miss. You know what? It says mana from a treasure spent to activate this ability. Is this mana from a treasure, do we think? I've got to try this out. Quite simply. Okay, let's get a red mana. Let's activate this ability. Pay with treasure. Pay with treasure. I can't sacrifice this because it's already tapped, right? Yeah, that counts as mana from a treasure. Wow. Okay, I discovered something new. That's really cool, actually. We're going to... Ah, right. I was just thinking of sacrificing this, but the best time to sacrifice it is when I have an extra mana. So Pyre-Sledge Arsonist can ping a 1/1. I've just realised that as well. Right. So, same routine next turn, but we spend 2 mana on this guy to pump him up. And then we'll sack this, and then we'll ping a 1/1. That's the plan. So we can't afford to play as Socialite. That's the idea. Just hope he doesn't have some kind of breakthrough. Well, he's going to Revel Ruiner. Has got Menace. I could pump up the Jetmir's Fixer. I could sacrifice this, and maybe that counts as 2 different treasures, so I can actually get this guy permanently to 5/5. Okay, no, he didn't do it. Okay, right, so we're going to tap for red, pump this guy. Pay with treasure feels so scary when you've got something you don't want to explode. We're going to sack the plaza to draw a card. And we're going to ping Cutthroat Contender. Which is pretty awesome. Okay. I think we've got to keep playing these lands out. Right, so we're down a land, or we've got the same number of lands, so we can do the same again, sacrifice that and ping another 1/1, or we can play out some creatures, like a Pugnacious Pugilist. This might be just very wise to do, so let's play out the Pugnacious Pugilist. But I think I still want to pump up the Fixer. But I have no idea this interaction existed before playing this this game. It's quite nice. Wonder how many other people have discovered it. Ready to rumble. Okay. Does 5 damage. So what I think we do, we try and save this guy. We can sacrifice the stockpile. Wait, no, it doesn't work, does it? We have to do red-green, and this is always mana of 1 color. Right, so he's got me there. Darn. Yeah, so you're gonna slam in with everything now. Okay, my turn. So I think I play the land, and I'm gonna play the Socialite. So this thing dies, you can get a fish token. We don't particularly want to kill that. Oh, the Dust Mangler. That sucks. So I'm gonna lose a creature and 4 life. So I guess I'll lose an Attended Socialite. Wait. But guess what? I'll get to do 2 damage to something, which is quite cool. Let's resolve that. Let's sacrifice Socialite. So here's the cool thing. We sacrifice the Racer's Ring. Let's tap that for red mana, please. Take out Revel Ruiner. That's some value. Right, Darling of the Masses. Can be a nice blocker. I didn't tap my Glittering Stockpile, but that's fine. I'm just trying to remember to tap that end of turn. I haven't been thinking at all about attacking because he's got a dominant board position, really. It's got the preponderance of blockers. But yeah, he has the unblockable fish token now. In a pinch, we can sack the stockpile and ping the fish token. Okay, my turn. Oh, unlicensed hearse. Now we're talking. So, I am overthinking here. Pugnacious Pugilist could attack. But I don't think we will. I guess this is, you can't tap this the time it comes into play. That makes sense. Tap this for red mana. Actually, wait. Do we... Maybe we sacrifice this? I don't know. I think we'll take a point of damage. Tap this for red mana. And then go to my turn. Oh, we have a flyer. That's pretty exciting. Okay, let's play that. Okay, guess what? If we attack with these two and Park Heights Pegasus, we can draw a card. Might not be a good idea, but... Right, we might regret this, but we can kill... I don't know, we can kill the fish. I'm going to exile 2 cards from a single graveyard. I don't want you bringing back Midnight Assassin or Obscure Initiate. That's my thinking. I think I'm going to take the damage. I'm going to be brave and bold. And I'm going to tap that for red mana. I'll go to my turn. Okay, we actually have call in a professional. This is getting interesting. So we can, if he attack with a 4/4, he might be tempted to double block with 3/3s. No, I think let's not do that. Let's hold this card. Let's play with Mountain. Let's swing with a Pegasus. We're not going to try and make any creatures. We're going to play very defensively and end the turn. Ah, no, Nightclubber. Okay. That's going to murder me. Okay. So, yeah, Pegasus dies. Everything's smaller. And it's a very scary time. Let's see what he attacks with. Everything, okay. Gets a 1/1 that's attacking. Right. How bad is it? Because and do I? Okay, let's say I tap these two to make the hearse, and I have 3 blockers, and I have a kill. So, yeah, hearse blocks and kills, kill, kill. Pugilist, I don't know, kills something. Okay, right. Not sure what I'm doing. This might be a terrible idea. Past the blockers. Okay, Wrecking Crew kills that. Unlicensed hearse. Yeah, we've got to kill the Pugilist. And we're trading off with a Corpse Appraiser at the moment. So how much is coming through? 3, 6, 11. Okay, are we going to trade there? Take 6. Call in a professional to kill the Duskmangler. Doesn't feel great. Three blockers. Use the hearse. Exile his Revel Ruiner. Cutthroat Contender. Might be the wrong choices. Call in a professional. Kill the Duskmangler. Down to 4 life. Here's another newsie. That's not good news. So I think I made a joke. The hearse is gone. That's pretty brutal. That is pretty brutal. We have a blocker. That's some good news. Let's play it. We do have the emergency block and ping with Pyre-Sledge Arsonist, so that's something. No attacks, end turn. Two forged bosses in the graveyard. Oh, because he milled them off the top, yeah. Graveyard shift, Duskmangler, okay. Well, that's no good for me. Well, I just lose 4 life then. Alright, good game. Had the graveyard shift for his Duskmangler. I mean, what can you do about that? Let's sacrifice that for red mana. Let's ping the unblockable thing. And I'm dead. Let's sacrifice the tapped thing. So I could have chump blocked the Duskmangler. He wouldn't have been able to bring it back. And I'd have killed the Corpse Appraiser. I'd have been on 7 life, but I'd have... Yeah. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's one of those slightly complicated situations. It's quite fun, though, using my Pyre-Sledge Arsonist and just picking off some of his little guys. That was quite satisfying, but we ultimately didn't have the end game push there to wrest control of the game. Right, little look at the deck. Well, I finished 50-50 with this one. Not too bad. I don't think I've ever done... I can't remember an instance of doing amazingly with Cabaretti, or at least nothing that sticks in the memory. I think I went 2 and 3. I have a feeling it's not that popular, but it feels like it ought to be good with these treasures and things. Yeah, I think bringing Light 'em Up in instead of the combat trick, Luxurious Libation, I think that was a good idea. this is going to be more useful more often. I think this is X spells just tend to be not that good, especially when you're on the draw. You need efficient spells to try and actually get back the initiative in the game. To sort of because you're at a tempo disadvantage. So I think dropping a libation for the light 'em up made sense. And we had things to actually try and make power 2 creatures like Mayhem Patrol. Darling of the Masses as well could pump up citizen tokens, so that's a theory with to make light 'em up better, because it's kind of bad that it's sorcery speed. But I suppose yeah, removal is usually at a premium. Yeah, and we didn't play the Plasma Jockey, which is strange because it is quite a good card. But I feel like we're not a sort of 2-drop, 3-drop aggressive kind of deck. It's more of a ramp deck that wins with bigger creatures. Yeah, so then Rhox Pummeler's got Trample as well. But yeah, well, we saw how we lost in that game. That was quite a good game, but I suppose I stabilized when I played my big creature, my Wrecking Crew. I was worried he was going to keep attacking and have some kind of combat trick. But I think he had a very heavy creature deck there, obviously with Graveyard Shift. The Nightclubber was pretty brutal there, taking out I finally got my Park Heights Pegasus and it dies to Nightclubber, but that's bound to happen, I suppose. So that was quite a close game. That's quite enjoyable. And yeah, ultimately losing to Duskmangler, getting reanimated. It's the kind of thing you see in constructed play more often. But so it's we even had the unlicensed hearse, and I traded it off with a 4/4, which not sure that was a good idea in retrospect, when I could have. Well, yeah, obviously 2020 hindsight is operating here. I'm thinking, yeah, obviously I would have should have blocked the 3/3 with a 4/4 hearse. Well, no, the trouble was I had a 3/4 Wrecking Crew that obviously wants to block a 3/3. But I'm taking too much damage to get away with blocking the other 3/3 with a 4/4. Yeah, Nightclubber's pretty brutal in that situation where it's finely balanced in terms of power and toughness. Yeah, and the other two games I lost to turn 3 Broker's Ascendancy, which is just a classic. It's just the biggest limited bomb in Streets of New Capenna, and I've certainly used it once profitably. What was the other one? The other guy was another Maestro's deck, and I remember he used his rare sweeper just to kill Darling of the Masses, which seemed excessive, but I mean, when you've got it's basically used it like a 5-mana removal spell. I suppose that's reasonable. In that game, I think I strangled his first body dropper when I saw it on turn 2. But then he had the next body dropper late game, and then he had involuntary employment to take my Rhox Pummeler, hit me, and then sacrifice it to the second body dropper. So that was pretty brutal. But that is, I guess, par for the course in this kind of thing. It didn't really matter that it was his rare that he killed my Darling of the Masses with. He may have had a murder or something else to kill it with. I suppose you just feel bad because you strangled the first body dropper. You don't expect him to draw a second one and the combo card. But there you go. That's how it goes. And we learnt something new. Glittering Stockpile is literally an artifact treasure. Mana, so the 1 red mana from this will pump up Jetmir's Fixer permanently. So that was cool. How did he kill Jetmir's Fixer? He used, he had to use the 5 damage spell. I'd just played my 5 mana creature, Pugnacious Pugilist, because it seemed sensible to start playing things out instead of spending my mana on other little projects. And of course it left me short on mana, so I couldn't pump up the Jetmir's Fixer and save it from 5 damage. But I'm playing against the Maestro's deck, so he might have murder or something like that. But I guess I didn't play around the 5 damage spell. And the problem with the Glittering Stockpile, it makes mana of 1 colour, so we couldn't actually do. All we need to do is pump the guy twice to save him. But I suppose he would have just used that spell to kill the Wrecking Crew or the Pugilist if the Fixer was going to be saved. So probably doesn't really matter all that much. Sticky Fingers. I think this was I think I used it maybe once. I'm never sure about this card. This is another one when you're on the draw and you're behind in tempo. Doesn't feel very good. I suppose you could put it on a creature and you could put it on your opponent's creature, blow it up, and draw a card. So I'm not sure about that one. I think Prize Fight was okay. There's definitely certain situations top decking that would have helped a lot. Because we do have 4 pretty big creatures here in the top end, so I think fight spells are a pretty good idea. Also the unlicensed first can get pretty big. Yeah, that was fun. Anyway, I think we're done here. I think that is a video. I'll just claim my prize. We got to 3 wins, which I think is 300, isn't it? Yep. So, thanks for watching.